Me, or if I had a daughter, would she look like JT? For some strange reason, when I look at JT, I see myself. Am I tripping? Put it in the comments. Is JT my twin, or am I tripping? Like, if I had a daughter, because I could be her mother, right? Would JT be my daughter? Or the young lady that I did song on before we got in here, Normani, for some strange reason, I feel like my daughter will be a Normani and a JT. If I had a little girl, that's who she would look like. But that's neither here nor there. Put that in the comments for me. I want to talk about something, you guys. I want to talk about something that I think is going to be beneficial for you guys to understand before we get to the real true lessons that I have in those videos coming for you. And the one thing is, the video that I saw with Saucy Santana on Caresha Please, the Caresha Please that I saw, or the Caresha that I saw on that chair was very vulnerable, in the sense that there's something that I see in her that's different from the interview that she had with Kevin Gates. And sorry, guys, the light is bouncing around, but you guys know when we get some more, as we grow, we'll get some more equipment. But sorry, the light is moving. But I saw a vulnerable Young Miami, in a sense that she was a little bit different than the Young Miami that we saw on the Kevin Gates video, and also a little different than we saw on the Sean P. Diddy Combs video. And I want to say this to all of the women who are on their feminine journey, okay? I want to say this to you in the most loving of ways. And I think I said it in the comments a million times: be easy on yourself. When you guys send me emails, I say be easy on yourself, yes? That's, waiting for you to say yes. I'm going to be easy on myself. What I noticed in this video with Young Miami and my daughter, JT, who I think is so gorgeous, but I realized that Young Miami is operating from a state of fear. Okay, she's in a new stage of her life where there's a lot of fear about the unknown. And I don't believe it has anything to do with just Sean P. Diddy Combs and that relationship. No, I think it has much to do with the trajectory of her career, and also how that compares to her commitment to the City Girls and her commitment to JT. I think that she is facing a career decision turmoil. I believe that there's some fear there. For some strange reason, I feel like it's being connected to JT in the career with the City Girls, or how far she can go on her own. Now, I do know that she said in that particular video that she's, that if it can't be City Girls, that she's done with it, okay? But you got to understand, what we are looking at is a young lady coming into her own, okay? A young lady coming to her own. A lot of times, older people look at young girls and think, oh, they're terrible, they're this, they're that, they're this, they're that. Not understanding that these young girls are coming into their own right before our eyes. Whether they're 22, 25, or 30, there's still a feminine journey that's happening. There's still a journey that's happening of finding yourself, finding what you like, finding out what you want to do with yourself. That is still a never-ending journey. So we got to understand that when we are looking at Young Miami, we are looking at a young lady on a journey of self-discovery. And she's unfolding right before our eyes. She's going to change a million times right before our eyes, because that's what growing up is all about: reassessing, changing, and rearranging. So I see that the Young Miami that I had on that video, that I was looking at on that video with JT, is I saw a woman who was forging forward in spite of, that whole statement, keep going. I feel like that's where Young Miami is at. She's in a stage of her life where she is uncertain, but the opportunities are there, but she's uncertain. And so she's facing these things. So I think she's afraid, but she's doing it anyway. You know what you need in order to be afraid, but to do it anyway? You need courage. You need grit. You need that Miami sauce, that from Miami sauce, okay? You could be afraid, but you're still doing it anyway. So I think Young Miami is in the space of being afraid on of what's next, whether that be in love and life and career and motherhood and all those things. This young lady is unfolding right before her eyes, and I can see that she's going to be changing a million times. But if young Miami was to ever see this, I want to say this to her: darling, 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 everything that you are to become, you already are. You already are. You already are. You already are. You are that thing. And I don't want you to forget that you have a spark of magic within you, okay? As a young woman, that is only going to get better if you sharpen it. Hear me, okay? Do not be fooled into thinking that you're not as powerful as you are. In that seat that you're sitting on that couch, there's a lot of energy under your bum bum, okay? Okay? What I want you to do, if you are watching this video, somebody tag Young Miami in it, okay? That energy when you say to JT, they got me effed up. Yes, because there is something magical within you. There's something magical. You can get whatever it is that you want. You have the ability to manifest things, and you do it very well, okay? But I do not want you to forget that while you are going through this changing and this rearranging of who you are and making assessments and coming up with new plans or how to express yourself through your life, I want you to remember that you have always been Young Miami. Go back to your old pictures when you were younger and you were the life of the party. I want you to go way back when, as far as you can remember, and you will realize that you have always been the woman that's sitting on that couch. Okay? Don't let anyone rob you of that knowing. Because the moment they rob you of that knowing, that is going to be the day that you're going to lose that power. You're going to find yourself measuring yourself up against others. You're going to find yourself defining yourself through someone else's eyes. And I don't want you to do that. I want you to keep that Miami feeling that they got me. I want you to keep that, okay? Because that is what's going to help you get through difficult times. That's what's going to help you get through difficult relationships. That's going to help you get through this whole unfolding of who you are becoming, okay? So I want you to hold on to that, Young Miami. Don't you dare lose it. Don't you dare lose it. The moment you start to see yourself through someone else's eyes, the moment you let that go, you're going to lose that power that you've had ever since your mother's womb. That's called destiny. We don't need a destiny exchange here, okay? Yes, and destiny can be exchanged. Yes, it can be exchanged. Yes, I do believe that destiny can be exchanged. Do not exchange your destiny for anything, okay? That's your elder speaking to you. When it comes to JT, for some reason, that girl is a different young lady. And we're not comparing the two, Young Miami against JT, but I want y'all to see something here, okay? Young Miami has this free spirited, I want to have a good time I want to have a good time for a long time, right? And everything is all about laughter and fun. JT is more strategic, okay, in her planning. She's more thought out. She's more realistic. And JT possessed wife energy. Hear me. JT possessed wife energy. I knew it within 3 minutes of her talking. I knew it within 3 minutes of her talking. Because what she has quite naturally is she has a surrender spirit where she doesn't mind surrendering to, that surrendering to the thing, surrendering to the person, surrendering to the house, surrendering to the home, surrendering to herself. She has that. And for people who think that you can only be a wife if you only obtain a certain level of, you know, femininity and all that nonsense, this is the intangibles that I'm talking about. This young lady, JT, has it. She has this thing where when she's talking about her sweetheart, There is a certain I service you, you service me kind of thing. There's an energetic exchange that happens between both masculine and feminine. But there's also outside of all of that masculine front that she has, that hard exterior, if you cannot see that this girl is completely becoming a woman before your eyes, oh my gosh, I don't know what you're missing. Jay Z, look at me. I like Jay Z too, but we ain't talking about Jay Z. We're talking about JT. JT has a very mothering spirit, a wife energy. The wife energy, the mothering spirit, the nurturing, which a lot of women who have that funness, have a good time, who can activate the masculine to get him all excited about having a good time, to having fun for as long as he can have fun. What JT has is the that's my girl spirit. That's my woman spirit. And I'm going to support her. I'm going to be there for her. I don't know much about her mate. I probably should have investigated that. But for what I can tell, she possesses that spirit, that energy. The energy that makes you don't want to mind coming home to her because she's probably home. Young Miami is probably out and she's surrounded by many, 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 many friends. The life of the party. And based on my knowledge from Elder Eden, women who are the life of the party, who have millions or a lot of friends, they're always out and they are committed to the lifestyle of having fun more than they are committed to the lifestyle of just being. Those are two separate energies and they summon something different. So I think young so every woman picks her poison, right? Remember Elder Eden said every woman chooses her poison? What she meant by that is that what Elder Eden meant by every woman chooses her poison, she meant that there is going to be a good and a bad side to every decision that you choose from, okay? And that you're going to have to take it on the chin, whatever that is. And from what I can tell, is young Miami is on a soul searching, self discovery, have as much fun as she can possibly have. She also has that energy that evokes in a man, I want to have a good time too, okay? She's fun. She's high spirited, okay? But what I see in JT is the woman that is probably going to help me balance my books. She's probably going to help me balance my book. She's probably going to make sure that that guy that I'm about to sign that contract with, that I probably shouldn't do it because she's tapped into her intuition. I see JT as possessing a few of the four winds of femininity. Go ahead and put the book right here if you can. In the book, The Return of the Divine Feminine, we talk about the four winds of femininity, the intangible things, the things that you can't buy at the store. And that is your intuition, diplomacy skills, which of course JT has a little bit more growing. She's going to learn how to do that. Okay, don't get it twisted. She's going to learn it. But the one thing I see that she understands what it means to move in unison. Okay, she responds off of energy that she's getting. Okay, she does that. And that's a feminine power, okay? That's also what good nurturers or mothers do. A woman who is going to uphold a household. I'm sorry, guys, I'm hungry. A woman who's going to uphold a household has that kind of energy, okay? That energy, that nurturing spirit, that protection spirit. So when she is trying to go and to protect Miami, that I'm going to protect you, that's the mothering spirit, that's wife energy, okay? That's wife energy. When you leave your friends out into battle and you let them go by themselves, that is a free spirited energy. That is a high spirited single woman energy. But for someone who comes and says, "I got your back," that one, two is better than one kind of idea. That's called wife energy. Okay, the singleness, the one is I'm good on my own. I can do this by myself. That's where you know that the wife energy is not yet activated. It doesn't mean that she can't activate that at some point. It means that she needs a spiritual guide. She needs a guide. She needs an elder. She needs an elder Eden. She needs someone to tap her on the shoulder and let her know, hey, mama, you're young Miami. Okay, so that's what I get from both JT and Young Miami. The second part of this video is Lori Harvey. Remember the video I did with you guys? I told you that Lori Harvey did some changing. That I believe that she was having a hormonal change, and she's moving into the next phase of her life. You guys, please understand, when you're going from the mating, those are your years where you are identifying who you are. Those are your teenage years. The maiden. The maiden is a young girl. Everything is tight and right and up, and you're sure about yourself, and the world hasn't knocked you down a couple of pegs just yet. Go back a couple of videos where I talk about that when I say that this is the best time of your life being the maiden because the world has not knocked you down a few pegs yet. Okay? However, once you're out of the maiden phase, you're now into the mother phase. And the mother phase of your life is where your body, your body starts, your hips start to spread a little bit because now it's going to make room. It wants to make room for, you know, for birthing babies, okay? And all of that stuff. So your body starts to change a little bit. And now you got to get used to the new body that you're in because now you're in a whole new stage and phase of your life with new hormones running through your bloodstream that you never had before, etc., okay? But now what happens is now the world has kicked you down a few pegs. So self-doubt comes into play. And you start to lose a little bit of your power. But here's something great about femininity is that although the maiden is very sure, and then the mother is in the mother phase, that's probably around your 19 ages, when you start to feel unsure. Oh, he didn't like me, or he rejected me, or maybe I'm not this, or maybe I'm not that. And biologically you're ready to for the next phase of your life, but we're a little bit behind the times here in the West. We're searching and seeking for careers and what works for us and all that stuff, okay? But it doesn't change the fact that biologically we are still wired to be. So in that video with Lori Harvey, what I saw energetically is I saw a young woman going through the second phase of her life. And I think I said this on the last Lori Harvey video when I said she's changed, okay? She's changed. I think what changed is that the world, there has to be a point in your life where the world beats you down a little bit, shakes you up a little bit, causes a little bit of self-doubt, it causes a little bit forgetting about who you are. But what brings you back to life and what brings you back to your starting point is that what you were giving while you were growing up is still deeply within you. So you go off the path for a little while, but at some moment you get right back, okay? So you go off of the path, but you get right back. So what I saw was just a young lady who was off the path, okay? But let me tell you something, she has a mother that's going to get her right back, so I'm not worried about her. This is just a part of growing up and growing older, okay? So I do see that she is trying to redefine herself, okay? And this is what I want young women to understand. Same thing with Young Miami. Young Miami, listen to me. Lori Harvey, listen to me. The moment you start to see yourself through the eyes of others is the moment you lose your power. Do not do it. What I realized is that there was one woman who was completely aware, self-aware, and seated in her feminine, and she talked about it, and I was smiling from ear to ear. It was the lady that Tiana Taylor and Lori Harvey were interviewing at the booth. This woman is, I don't know how old she is, but she's giving me mother energy, okay? She's giving me mother energy. She's giving me energy of I knew what I was doing wrong and now I'm on the right track. And let me help you, Lori, just in case let me share some things with you. So although there was an interview, I saw Lori be a little bit unsure. I saw her being a little bit off her square. I saw her being impressionable. I saw her being, I saw her being outside of her body, okay? Outside of her body, kind of trying to relate in a way. Remember that video I did when I said that what she'll do is she'll come forward so that you don't get so stuck by her beauty, that she'll come forward as a way to invite you in. But I think what happened is that habit of coming forward to let people in, I think what happened is that she came out of herself, okay? And I'm sure she'll get back into herself. The young lady who they were interviewing, honey, whoever you are, you need to be teaching what it is that you are doing because you are on point, okay? You need to be teaching what it is that you're doing. I don't know who she is, but I came across that video and I thought, these are the women that I wish I had in my Elder Eden school because she was on point. A few things I wish I could share with her. But anyway, these are things I want you guys to know, okay? Every last one of us we're on this journey of evolution and it never stops. Hear me, it never stops. The evolution of who you are becoming, it never stops. However, understand that Who you are to become, you are already. You already are. And what I mean by that is an acorn has within it all that it needs to become an oak tree. You cannot have an oak tree without an acorn. Okay? You cannot have an oak tree without an acorn. An acorn, a small acorn that you step on, that you walk over, that you throw. We used to throw them at each other, okay? When we were little, throw them at each other, throwing the acorns. That small little acorn with a beautiful little top there that the squirrels are eating and gathering up the entire time. When you're kicking that acorn, I want you to really realize that is the spirit of an oak tree. Everything in that acorn is an oak tree. And that's the same as you. Everything that you are to become, you already are. Don't come off your square. Don't come outside of your body. Don't see yourself through someone else's eyes. Maintain perspective. Ascension maintain, my out we sustain, okay? Until next time, I'm going to see you guys a little bit, but I want you to be empowered, to be inspired, and to be well. Bye, guys.